Yeah, big game coming up on Sunday in the NFC West, 4:25 p.m. kickoff Eastern time, and I'm looking at the Los Angeles Rams, who are on the road as 1.5-point favorites, minus 125 on the money line. The total in the game against the Seattle Seahawks, 48.5. Which, if the Rams are 1.5-point favorites, the total is 48.5. That implies they're going to score around 24.5 points. But I'm going to go with the alternate team total. I think they score at least 27. I was looking at over 26.5. That's plus 115. Over 27.5 is plus 158. Over 29.5, the Rams to score 30 against the Seattle defense is 2-1, plus 200. Now, the Rams, we were together, obviously, primetime. We saw what Puka Nacua did in his first game back. Now he's another week healthier. Cooper Kupp also back. They've only been on the field with Matthew Stafford, all those guys together, weeks 1 and now week 8. And you look at week 1, you look at week 8, the passing offense, 5th in expected points, EPA added per play, 12th in positive EPA rate. So the offense, when fully healthy, pretty damn good for the Rams. The defense, still some questions. Stafford, though, even without his healthy arsenal this season, 12th in completion rate, 67.7%. Average time to throw, 2.63, and that's what it comes down to against the Seattle team, right? What it comes down to. He's got to get rid of the ball quickly. That's the only concern, is that offensive line and the pass rush. But Seattle's defense, 18th this season in yards allowed per coverage snap, 24th in completion rate allowed, 22nd in pass rush win rate, so they're not getting a whole lot of pressure. So I think Stafford's going to have clean pockets, and I think the Rams at least score 27 points, which is plus 115. I don't know if they win the game. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game, which is why the total's sitting there at 48.5. The Rams should be pushed because it's pretty much a pick, right? I think Seattle's going to show well on the offensive side of the ball too. So I like this alternate team total quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it's a great call.
Yeah.
There's the camel, and I totally agree with you on that one. I'm going to go with the alt market, and I say the Dak attack is going to be strong. Give me Prescott, 275-plus pass yards in Atlanta, taking on the Falcons at a plus 110 juice there at BetMGM. Look at the ATL, just number 24 in pass EPA defense on the season. Now, Baker Mayfield is the only quarterback to reach 275 air yards against him this year. They're only giving up 216.3 pass yards per game to opposing signal callers. But again, they're the bottom third of the league in EPA pass defense. So that number, that 216.3, may be a bit deceiving. Prescott has reached 275 or more yards through the air in 3 games this season. He's averaging a very healthy 37.4 attempts per game. He's number 3 in total air yards, number 11 in deep ball completion percentage, and he tears up zone defenses, and Atlanta will run that on occasion. So as a result, I think the hardcore funneling to CeeDee Lamb is going to be front and center. Maybe a couple of bombs at Jalen Tolbert, Ferguson working underneath. Rico Dowdle is going to be back. Some checkdowns to him in a game with a lot of pew, shootout appeal. Dak Prescott goes for 275 or more pass yards at a plus 110. Hit me with a camel.
Hump day.
Love that bet. I've kind of talked myself into the Cowboys are winning that game against Atlanta. I'm at least going to take the points plus 3 on the road there. A desperation spot. I'll go to tomorrow night's game, actually, and I'm planning on only having 2 bets, so I'll have to have some NBA action tomorrow because I like the Jets so much. Might be my game of the year. One last time with the New York Jets. They're a 2-win football team. The narrative, and it's a correct narrative, is they suck. Aaron Rodgers is washed. He's talking about the darkness. He's throwing everybody else under the bus. Davante Adams last week apparently gave this speech that never, it was a great speech, but yet they no-show 2 days later. But I think the Jets win this game, mainly because Houston's beat to hell. And I think Davante Adams, after 2 weeks, finally gets in the end zone. So that's priced plus 160, the Davante anytime touchdown, up from plus 150. Jets' money line is minus 125. I don't even trust them to win this game by 2 points, which is where that spread's at right now. But I do like them to win this game. The Texans' offense is beat up. By default, Tank Dell, wide receiver number 1. I do think Joe Mixon could have a big game against this Jets run defense, especially now that he's found the fountain of youth. This is the best version of Joe Mixon we've seen in years. But you go back, the Texans, they're beat up right now, man. With Nico Collins, the splits aren't great for C.J. Stroud. They're still finding ways to win, but they're 29th in early down offensive success rate. And we saw last year, C.J. Stroud really struggled against the Jets. He was 10 of 23 passing, only 91 yards. He took 4 sacks in that game, and that was with Nico Collins on the field. Season on the line for the Jets. Again, they're 30th in adjusted line yards. They're going to have to get a pass rush. They're going to have to hold their own against Joe Mixon in that run game. But I do think they win tomorrow night, and I do think Davante Adams gets in the end zone. Those paired together, plus 268 on the little SGP. So I like that.
Pump
Call for the camel.
Dave.
Oh,
Hit
there
me
it
with
is.
the camel.
There
I
it
don't know.
is.
I don't
There
know.
it is.
I don't know if that bet deserves the camel, to be honest with you. Jets, don't let me down. Damn it.
I think you're drunk if you're back in the Jets again.
I
I am
wish.
going to go to a Miami Dolphin. Give me Devon Achane. I'm going to go for 60 or more rush yards against the Buffalo Bills in Western New York at a plus 165 juice. Yeah, I'll roll the shoulders because I got seduced by that juice. Achane has done this in 3 straight games. As a matter of fact, 2.83 yak per attempt, not the greatest there. 10 missed tackles force. Okay, that's so-so. That's number 41 among qualifying running backs, but he's number 8 in yards created per touch. And a guy who in week 2 had 22 carries for 96 yards against the Buffalo Bills. Of course, that was a game that Tua got injured in. He's seen right around 54% of the opportunity share. Yeah, the Bills are number 6 in rush EPA, but they're giving up 4.53 yards per carry, 94.5 rush yards per game, just the running back position. 5 rushers have gone over this number. I think Achane on the road reaches the 60-yard mark again at a plus 165 juice. Give me the camel.
Pump Dave.
Ooh, I like that bet a lot, man. I like that bet a lot. I kind of like Miami in the game. Bo Nix, over 1.5 touchdown passes is plus 162. I played that. I think Denver's going to cover in this game, and I think Bo Nix is going to continue his success. He's coming off a career high in passing yards, 285. He threw 3 touchdown passes. He had a completion rate of 75%, and you could say he's stepping up in class, but this isn't the 2023 Ravens defense. Right now, their PFF coverage grade is 59.0, which is number 19. EPA allowed per play, they're number 27. Catch rate allowed, they're number 23. Yards allowed per coverage snap, 31. Explosive pass plays allowed, number 32. They got to fix up this defense. Now, they might get a little healthier in the secondary. They were without their best 2 cover corners last week, but I like Bo Nix to throw 2 touchdown passes in this game, and I love that price, plus 162.
Hit with the camel.
Hit him with the camel. My bad.
Pump Dave.
Watching the
There
stupid
you go.
Pacers.
Yeah, I know you are. I got one more play. I'm going to go back to the Miami and Buffalo game. I like Jonnu Smith. I'm going to take the over on 3.5 receptions. They are against the Buffalo Bills at a plus 130 juice. Jonnu's really turned it up. He's done this in 3 straight games. Over that 3-game stretch, he's seen 21 total targets. A guy's got a 104.5 passer rating when targeted. I know he's only averaging 4.9 targets per year, but again, he's right a hot hand. Bills number 10 in pass EPA defense this season, but they're giving up 5.6 receptions per game to the tight end position. 5 tight ends have caught at least 4 balls against them. I think Jonnu Smith does it again in the 4th consecutive week. And again, I'm getting it at a handsome plus 130 juice there at BetMGM.